Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be talking about One World Under Doom issue 5 by Ryan North, R.B. Silver and David Curiel. Dr. Doom's battle with Dormammu continues this issue and he's not alone as the Avengers, now freed from the pocket dimension Dormammu banished them into, stand alongside Dr. Doom. The heroes are left with no choice but to take orders from Doom thanks to the immense threat in front of them. I really like how the Avengers still don't trust Doom and yet Victor is now doing everything to sway them, assuring him that he fights for Earth, even going so far as to say that he swears on his mother's own soul, which if you know anything about Doom and his relationship with his mother is no small thing for him to say, so there is some legitimacy to his actions. Scarlet Witch begins working her magic to sever Dormammu's connections to the Earth as Cap and Iron Man tell Dormammu that they aren't working with Doom in any sense of the word. Their interests in defeating Dormammu just happen to line up. Sue Storm gets a real cool moment here where while the heroes are fighting Dormammu and distracting him, she sneaks up on him and creates a giant invisible fist to smash Dormammu in the face, shutting up the monologuing villain for the time being. While the heroes keep Dormammu at bay, Broken Doom heads into the East Hudson River, parting the waters to retrieve the Eye of Agamotto. I love how very well aware he is that the heroes are the distraction, like that's the whole point of him, that's why he freed them in the first place, so they could be his cannon fodder while he prepares to deal with Dormammu once and for all now that he's got his power back from the Eye of Agamotto. Doom uses the eye to restore his body and armor, returning to the fight in a much larger and meaner form. North's explanations on what's fueling Doom here, magic, willpower, and hatred is really cool. Like, it just gets you really hyped with him explaining it all. Like, he's using the magic to hold his bones together, his willpower to get through the pain he feels in every fiber and atom of his body, and finally the hate Doom has for Dormammu attacking his realm. Doom uses all this to conjure some magic, banishing Dormammu in a giant aerial bombardment of magic, wiping him from the reality and back into his own. Doom reveals that Dormammu is now held in forever magic, which Wanda knows is impossible since they have to be anchored in an event in reality. Doom understands this, but is adamant that Dormammu will be binded by the spell since he has tied it to his own rule. So for as long as he rules Earth, Dormammu will be bound to his dark dimension. This is yet another sneaky trick of Doom, as now he's effectively tied Dormammu's imprisonment to his own rule, and if the heroes stop his rule, they risk freeing Dormammu, who will no doubtedly be pissed at both them, Doom, and at Earth. This is such a cool idea, and again, it just puts the heroes on the back foot yet again. You know, Doom has come up with another reason why they can't just, now that Dormammu has been beaten, just fight him and end his rule. In the aftermath, the news cycle praises Doom and his defense of Earth, even singling out the Avengers as joining Doom in fighting Dormammu. The heroes meanwhile help find buried people in the rubble of battle, but find none are actually injured as Doom put a protective spell around the entire UN building, meaning anyone in it couldn't be hurt by the debris. While clearing rubble, Brain Drain wonders what's Doom's angle, since he truly helped protect the people in this UN building first before facing Dormammu, so why would he want to try and destroy the world like many seem to think he does? Squirrel Girl thinks that he's acting as the hero to get people to like him more, and even she can't falter Doom when he's actually doing some good in the world in that regard. It's great seeing the heroes talking through Doom's actions and how it seems to actually also be winning them over to his side, with them kind of going through the process of saying out loud what he's doing and then realizing that, oh, that doesn't actually sound all that too bad. No, the world is actually pretty good under Doom's rule. The trains run on time, there's hospitals, schools, jobs for everyone, there's no more wars, there's world peace between all nations. So I like that the heroes are starting to sort of wonder, like, hey, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. The heroes finish up, an invisible woman turns the rubble invisible so they can find if they missed anyone, but they have managed to find everyone who was trapped and no one actually died. The team try and figure out what to do next, and Thor has an interesting question for the team. Maybe Doom is the best choice for Midgard. This begins the classic hero versus hero trope, as Thor's question triggers Iron Man to argue with him, not wanting his friend to fall into that trap that Doom has laid out for them. Thor has a pretty decent comeback as he tells Tony about his father's rule of the 10 realms, something Odin earned along with the respect of each of the realms. And while he wasn't perfect, Thor has begun seeing that during his own rule, his father did what he did for the best of the realms, even if it looked like he was a warmonger or a tyrannical leader, since more often than not, Odin was the last one standing between them and apocalypse. This is something that I didn't even see coming, that Thor would ever consider siding with Doctor Doom, but it does make a lot of sense, especially with what North lays out here, how it's similar to Odin's rule and how we can see the pros and cons and how pros very much outweigh the cons. Thor, of course, has the added benefit of being a ruler of the 10 realms himself now, and he's got obviously that quite unique perspective and kind of understands where Doom is coming from and what he is doing, understanding that he is the lesser of two evil, more or less. Tony, however, thinks Thor is out of his mind for even considering that, but the other heroes, including surprisingly Captain Marvel, think that Thor might actually have a point, since Earth still stands thanks to what Doom did in saving them from Dormammu. Tony still thinks that this is some trick and maybe they were never really under attack and it was all Doom's doing and he's using his magic against them. Thor knows that he's right in his assessment of Doom and he truly did save them and Earth and cannot ignore that any longer simply because they just don't like Doctor Doom. The team are still split on what to do though, but the arrival of the injured Maria Hill might shed some light on Doom's rule as Maria reveals that she knows why the heroes keep losing to Doom and why he keeps winning, and it's because he's hidden something very big and she knows where it is. She needs the heroes' help to go and get it. So this kind of confirms exactly what I've thought throughout this entire event, that Doom is, he's done something that is ensuring that his rule, no matter what the heroes do, succeeds, whether that be he's changing reality in some way, changing the timeline, or using his magic to alter reality and shift reality around him. It's something like that, and I can't wait to see what North has in store for us, because I know it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that, and I'm very excited to see what it is. And also bringing Maria Hill back as this person who kind of brings this information to the heroes is really quite cool as well. And I guess that means maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming back properly too. I know they've kind of been involved over in that Mystique book, but it would be great for them to finally get back into big events and actually be part of a larger storyline, since they have been gone for a very long time, and I'd love to see more S.H.I.E.L.D. stories again. One World Under Doom issue 5 wrapped up Doom's battle with Dormammu in a really awesome way that revealed more on how Doom is ruling the world and how he's getting away with so much of what he's doing. I love the interactions between the heroes this issue and how they are just starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, Doctor Doom is actually good for this world, and Ryan North relating it to Thor and his experiences with ruling a world and ruling a realm, and seeing people rule a realm is so cool. It's completely unexpected, but a very welcome inclusion for that character. I can't wait to see what Doom's big secret is, but man, I hate that we have to wait 2 months until we get it in the next issue. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.